Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel, to The Witchy Reader. So I never did do a June wrap up. Um, I kept procrastinating, and then I was like, it was already like a week or so, maybe even 2 weeks after. I was like, I'll just do a double wrap up. The following month, I never did a TBR that month either. I didn't do much YouTube related stuff until closer to the end of the month. Until last month, I mean. And yeah, it's closer to the end of the month. But I am getting a little bit more into YouTube again. So yeah, I'm going to be doing June and July wrap-ups. Um, so I have a list of what I read because I did not, thanks to Goodreads, because I did not remember what I read in June. um, so yeah, I read Moonrise, which I technically started in May. According to this, I started in May 25th, but didn't finish it till June 3rd. Um, So yeah, Moonrise is the second book in Warriors: The New Prophecy. And then I read Dawn, which is the third book, and Starlight, which is the fourth. I kind of took a break from Warriors, even though I only have two more left of this one arc, because I am skimming the books I already read, because I was listening to audiobooks, and I was able to get my physical books, and then the rest of my physical books are still in storage, but I have this arc, so I'm trying to skim them to tab them, and then I'm going to continue the last books and tab them as I read. And I may wait until I get my other physical books out of storage before I read those, because I really want to tab them as I read them. So I read The Towers of Nine by Alyssa Lautet. It's an indie read. It's the first book in the series. I'm currently reading the second book, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. Um, this I think was last month. Yeah. Oh, okay. I only read three books in June. Um, I guess it's a good thing I decided to wait because that would have been a very short wrap up. Um, it wasn't a reading month for me, but I read more last month, I believe. Especially near the end of the month, I got really into reading. Um, and yeah, so I read so I read those three. So I read the three warrior books. No, yeah, three warrior books in June, and then July I read The Towers of Nine, book one in the Towers of Memory series, and I loved it. There's a review up already, so definitely check that out. And I'm currently reading book two. Book three is out as well, and book four will be coming out soon-ish. I think she said around September. I might be wrong. Um, but anyway, I'm excited to read. I'm definitely gonna finish books two and three before book four comes out, and then I'm excited to read book four. And yeah, let's see. I read several shorter books because I was trying to catch up on my reading goal, and I found several shorter books, which I don't usually read shorter books now because I don't like. I respect people who can write shorter books. Just usually I like to because I can't write shorter books. I've tried and I always end up I just can't. It always ends up being more because I have too many ideas. But I don't read shorter books often because I like a lot of stuff. I love longer series, not just thick books, which I love, like 800-page books too. But um, like Warriors, there's gotta be like 100 books in that series by now, and I love that because it means I don't have to really say goodbye to this world or these characters. And one of my favorite series, Seekers, has 12 books, and I loved it because I got to see the characters go on journeys throughout 12 different books, and and it took me forever before I could say goodbye. Had to say goodbye to them, and every time I reread them, it's a little bit before I really have to say goodbye to them, and I love it. Um, and I wanted to catch up on my reading challenge too because I was behind because I am trying to up my reading challenge, and um I also wasn't reading much for a bit, and I'm getting back into reading, but I wanted to start by reading short books to catch up on my reading goals. Um, so I read apparently, which I did not know, I found it on Kindle Unlimited. I've read the four I've Lost books. There's a fifth one now. I have not read it yet because I can't get it yet, but I really want to. but I love those books. And apparently they made graphic novel versions of the first two. So I was like, I basically already read them, and they're graphic novels, so they're shorter. So maybe I'll give it a try. And it basically was the same thing, just with pictures and stuff. Um, but yeah, it was really interesting. So I read those two. Then I knew that there were Descendants Junior novels, but I've never read them. Actually, I think I read the first one because I think I used to own the first one. I also used to own the second High School Musical 2 junior novel. Um, those are not on Kindle Unlimited though, like the Descendants ones are. So I read three Descendants junior novels. I wonder if they're gonna make a fourth one, to be honest, because there's a fourth movie now, but we'll see. And then there's also another Descendants series, which I did not know. I also found Kindle Unlimited, um, called School of Secrets. And so there's CJ's Treasure Chase, Freddy's Shadow Cards. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be based off of Wicked World too, because these are characters that you meet on Wicked World. I'm pretty sure, which I've never actually seen the animated show Wicked World. Allie's Mad Mystery, Lonnie's Warrior Sword, and Carlos's Scavenger Hunt. So I read all of those. Um, I also read. Apparently, there's some comics of Riverdale. Because Riverdale is loosely based off of uh, the I forgot what it's called, but something to do with Archie. Archie Comics. Maybe that's just what it was called. Archie Comics. Either way, I don't really care for the Archie comics, but I like the show Riverdale, at least the earlier seasons, and um, so I decided to try the Riverdale comics. The first one, jeez, okay, um, there was a gnat. Um, and there's Riverdale One Shots number 0, which is basically showing what every character was doing the summer that Jason Blossom ended up being murdered right before the show starts. Um, like show how Archie got involved with his teacher and this and that. I only rated 1 star. I didn't really like it. I was kind of boring, but I'm going to still give the other ones a chance, especially if they are about the early Riverdale days, because I love the early Riverdale days, and I really want to see like more Betty and Jughead and stuff because they're my favorite ship. And yeah, and then the last book I read was Queer Ducks and Other Animals: The Natural World of Animal Sexuality, which was really interesting. I rated it 3 stars. I found it really interesting about how there are about the queer animals. It got a little bit more into sex than I was expecting. Um, I guess I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but my sexual brain never goes there. So um, there was quite a bit that I ended up fast forwarding because I was listening to the audiobook because I didn't want to hear that. But the non-sexual parts were really interesting, and I don't usually read nonfiction. The only nonfiction book I've ever read my entire life, besides maybe history books, obviously in school, was books about bears when I was younger because I love bears. I wanted to know everything I could about bears, so I know a bunch of useless bear knowledge that a lot of people don't actually know. Because I am obsessed with bears. So yeah, so it was different, but it was kind of intriguing and interesting. So yeah, that is everything I read in June and July. I hope to read a lot this month. I want to read the Riverdale comics and everything, so I'm hoping to read a lot. But I'll get more into that in my TBR video. Quick little edit, I did forget one thing because I was looking at my Goodreads, and this one isn't on Goodreads because it's not out yet. I did better read the fifth, I think it was fifth book in the Mantis Gland series by Adam Andrews Johnson. And I was looking at my Goodreads to see what I read in the last 2 months, and that one is still not out yet. So I did better read it last month and forgot to mention it because it wasn't on the list because it's not out yet. But I loved it. So good. Cannot wait for it to get out. I did do a review already on it, so if you, I tried to be as less spoilery as I could since it's not out yet. But I loved it. So good. I love the series so much, and I love the characters, and I love the family, and the blood and gore is always so awesome. So definitely check this series out. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and comment what you read in June and July, and I will chat with you below in the comments. Until next time.